So it is March 1st tomorrow. And it may not seem like it, but if you have children who are graduating this year, August will be here before you know it. Are you ready? Are you ready to send them off to college? Are you ready for the house to be quiet? Are you ready to just not see them or have their energy in the home anymore? Because I wasn't ready. I was not ready. So I want to engage with you about the happening of empty nest syndrome, specifically for the single black woman. If that sounds like something that you may be going through or you really hadn't even thought about, but the time is here now, I'd like to engage with you about that. So I'm Kiki Goodlife, and on my channel, I talk about things that I've experienced in my life that I think a lot of other women may have experienced it. And a lot of times we go through those things alone. They just happen to us, and we really don't realize. We wake up one day and we feel like, what has happened? Oh, this is my life. And I feel like in my experience, I've also learned that healing comes in layers. Many times healing comes in layers. But once you get past those layers, then it's sweet, you know? Life can be sweet again, kind of like a purple onion. So I want to peel that purple onion. I'm going to tell my story. So I have two sons, 3 years apart. The first one went off to college, but he stayed in state and stayed at home. He went to college, got a good job, then life happened and he had babies. Set of twins. Boy, I think we all felt like deer in the headlight when we found that out. And then I have my youngest son. He went to college, and I thought he was doing good. And I found out that he wasn't going to college no more. He had dropped out, and I didn't even know it. So they're both still living at home, and they're doing things that are scaring the hell out of me, because I'm looking at them like, if y'all keep this up, the way that your life is going, the streets got you and you don't even know it. Y'all not listening to me. Single mom again, you know. And I'm giving it all I can give it, but they're not listening. So when they stop listening, you stop talking. And that's what I did. And I left. I rented a room in a friend's home, and I let them have it. But things were not going well. And I just couldn't bear to watch that continue. So I decided to push them into the military, because what other choice is there now? You got two babies. You've dropped out of school. You think you got a plan, but no, you ain't got no plan. So I really advocated for them to go to the military. It really took a lot for me to do that, because I was the mom the recruiters used to call when they were in their graduating year and be like, no, y'all ain't getting my sons. No. Click. No. Click. No. No. And then here I am saying, y'all need to go. Y'all got to get out of here. I'm looking at your friend groups. They're not doing well. Y'all have to leave. You got to make a way to take care of these babies. And you got to get out of here before you get caught up. I'm telling this to my sons. So they left at the same time. I was not prepared for that. I'm thinking if I can just get them out of here, everything will be good. And everything is good. They're doing awesome now. One in the Space Force, one in the Air Force. And they've built their lives to a point to where they're self-sufficient. They're doing much better than I was doing at their ages, even, with children. So I'm super proud of them, and I'm glad that there was a way out. But the thing is I wasn't ready. My life was so quiet that it became way too loud. Way too loud. And when they left, I couldn't even talk to them. When you go to basic training or boot camp, I don't remember, don't quote me, but I believe for the first 2 months, you can't even talk to your loved ones. It has to be letter writing. So that was different too. But anyway, my life got really loud. Everything I had neglected was in my face and in my ears, screaming at me. The problems at work magnified. Now I see how I've spent all of these years, the last 20 years, not preparing anything for myself. I was just in survival mode. I was in survival mode the whole time. Even home, being at home, it didn't even feel like I belonged there. It didn't feel like I belonged. I felt like I was in the wrong place. And so I took a break and I went to Africa, which I had to fight my job and pretty much get written up because they told me no, I couldn't go, and I went anyway. And I'm like, you know what? I've been surviving all these years. I can't. I got to get away from y'all. I got to get away from here. I was having a nervous breakdown, and I knew it. I had to go. So I went to Africa, Kenya, East Africa, and that's another video. I'm so glad I went and thankful to my sons because they sent me. I didn't have the money to do that. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the time at work, but my sons paid for me to go, and I was like, deuces, y'all gonna do what you're gonna do anyway. Y'all ain't treating me right anyway. So, and this job ain't paying much anyway. So if I come back and I don't have a job, then I'll figure it out like I've been doing these last 20 years. But I took that vacation, and it changed me. It really changed me, because when I got back from a place I knew nothing about, was very foreign to me, I got back home, which is Arkansas, and everything felt so strange. The morning I woke up after returning, I really felt like I was in a strange place. I'm like, what? I'm looking around like, I don't belong here. But anyway, it woke something up in me. And I quit my job. I sold everything, or gave it away. And I learned how to drive a truck, an 18-wheeler. And that's how I dealt with my emptiness syndrome. It was so bad that I had to be on medication. I just couldn't function. And I don't think this is talked about a lot in the Black community. I was looking on doing a little YouTube scroll, and I saw the video. What was the name of that video? I know it was by a woman named Tracy Hansel, and I think the topic was, "Do I struggle with empty nest syndrome?" So I watched her video, and the video is a year old. So, and I heard the things that she was talking about, and she was a white woman, and she talked about how they had prepared, and they had prepared themselves, and she was married, so that brings another component to it. She was married, and I'm divorced, had been divorced for a very, very long time. She also talked about how the children were prepared. She and her husband had prepared. They had been preparing years before what they were going to do, when the children left. But my life was day by day, and everything is about the children. Everything I'm doing is about the children. So I got trapped in that cycle, and then one day it was just time for them to go, and who am I? So I get on Facebook, and I put my post out there of how I'm feeling and how I miss my babies, and they left at the same time, and but the feedback pretty much was, "I don't know why you crying, it's time for you now, and I'll be glad when mine gone." And I hear that not only on social media, but I heard it at work, I heard it everywhere I went, that from our community. And I just don't think that's real. I don't think it's helpful. And that was another layer that I had to get past, because why don't y'all talk about these things? I know I'm not the only way that felt like that. And why don't we talk about these things before they happen? Because it's going to happen. The children have to grow up, and then what are you going to do? Have you prepared your life? Because it should be a wonderful time. I think it should be a wonderful time. And it can be a wonderful time. It doesn't have to be traumatic. And your children don't have to feel guilty because it's time for them to start their lives, or worried about you because it's time for them to start their lives. So you have to prepare your children so that it's not a traumatic exit and you just have to do something like I did. You have to really start preparing. And I said at the beginning of this video that it's March. August will be here before you know it. You really need to prepare, a couple of years ahead of graduation. What are you going to be doing with your life? The children need to be dipping their toe in different career possibilities to see what they like, to see, the ins and out of that career, the schedule even, to see if they like that, so that they can be successful. You don't know what you like unless you try different things. So that really needs to start years ahead. And the same for you as the mom. You should be dipping your toes in different things too. It should be made a priority. And we should be able to talk about these things with each other and peel those layers so we can have sweet in our lives. Everything doesn't have to be traumatic if we prepare. So that's my hindsight, the things that I would have done looking back. Life happens, things happen, Like my son had grandbabies for me. He had a set of twins. You know, I don't think he understood what he was doing when he did that. He think, well, I'm grown now. I'm out of school. I'm ready. No. You know, you need to prepare for things like that too, and some kind of way make them understand. You can only give your children what you got. That's what I see now, what I know now. What you know. So you need to know some things. Yeah. But yeah, so I peel that purple onion, and if this is something that is present in your life right now, or will be in August or a couple of years ahead, just think about those things, you know, that I've shared. Start preparing yourself. When graduation time hits, already have a trip planned for yourself to go see something beautiful, to go somewhere you've already wanted to go. Put that in the graduation budget, because I know graduation can be expensive. Add yourself in there too, so it's a sweet, easy start. You know, you might come back home from that vacation and feel the emptiness, or feel the energy of your child that has gone on to start their life, but you have the experience you just had and plan for the next. What you gonna do now? So I thank you guys for being here, and I hope that I've been helpful in this aspect of single black womanhood. And maybe you can peel your purple onion. If you like the video, please subscribe, like the video, comment. I'd like to hear other people's experiences, if they've gone through something like this, or if they're preparing to go through something like this. Comment and let me know. Share your thoughts, share your feelings, and maybe we can peel that purple onion together. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more. Yeah, so again, I'm Kiki Good Life. Peel that purple onion so you can get your good life. Get your good life.